Good evening.
Live
How are you?
streaming is
Can
on.
see the screen and hear my voice.
Yes, sir. Yes.
Om Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Devaswati Mahi Dhiyo Yo Na Prachodaya Bhuvasvaha Tatsaviturvarenyam Bhargo Swati Mahi प्रचोदयात् ॐ भूर्भुवस्वः तत्सवितुर्वरेण्यं भर्गो देवस्य धीमहि यो न प्रचोदयात् ॐ शान्ति 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 श्रीगुरुभ्यो नमः हरिः ओम्. So we continue with the Roro vessels. We are seeing how we prepare the car decks, the vehicles, and secure. Obviously, securing is very important because this high bulkhead vessels, high deck vessels, lot full hull is exposed to a lot of wind and weather, and the cars are also very expensive. So securing is very important. So this protection should have also we should have a proper drainage system. If there is some water entering, it should be able to drain due to sweat or whatever reasons. And the drainage system should be periodically tested, and any residues, some stevedores came, they ate something or whatever, proper cleanliness, hygiene and drainage system which has to be maintained. There's so many decks, so it's a huge hectic work. Vehicles require wide open deck space to be able to maneuver. Deck areas have to be lane marked for vehicle storage, so everything should be marked and enough space should be there for the cars and vehicles to come in and go with proper lane marking. So that we will see in the video now, and we have already seen how big are the ramps and the space to be stored. Sometimes because of the commercial pressure we have very small space and so many cars coming in, going out, loading, discharging, so many ports, very fast operation. But we, with so many people and coordination, we have to make it set smooth operations of hinges and internal lifting wires of bulkhead doors, liftable decks, internal ramps, etc. Floating car decks are adjusted to required heights, and by open rampways, portable stanchions and rope railings shall be fitted to avoid accident falls. So there should be railings in all the rampways or stanchions so that you don't fall. So this also we'll see. And deck spaces shall be clearly signed, painted to reflect basic instructions, including any speed restrictions for the driver, like you have on the roads and highways. So deck spacing should be clearly marked. You can have a small look. See, you see, this is such a full wide. That's why we have so big ramps. So it's proper opening. Sometimes you have from both the sides, one side for vehicles exiting and one side for vehicle.
Vehicles from international waters travel to your shores, you're not alone. Today, that curiosity will be answered. Imagine a ship, not just any ship, but one designed to transport thousands of vehicles across vast oceanic distances.
You have to
This is the
transport
world of Ro-Ro, or roll-on,
lot of
roll-off ships.
vehicles from
These giants of the
ship.
sea are not just marvels of engineering.
This is on the main deck. So many cars are being loaded, discharged,
but are also the
wide opening,
lifeblood of
and you can see the proper lane markings are also there.
Ro-Ro, or roll-on, roll-off ships. These giants of the sea are
See, proper lanes are marked. Maybe because of paint, it's little bit not very clear. For each vehicles, the lanes are marked, and they have to be went and parked, secured in those lanes.
not just marvels of engineering, but are also the lifeblood of international trade. As we explore a Ro-Ro ship, we'll dive deep into ship's daily life and operations, offering a first-hand glimpse of the sailors' challenges.
You can hear the voice of the video.
Yes, sir.
The intricate dance
Huh? It's clear?
of loading and unloading vehicles to the dedicated crew.
See how each vessel they have to lash all the minimum 6, 8 lashings forward 4 and aft 4. 2, 4, 4, 4 and aft direction and 4 on the forward ship direction. So
That ensures that each voyage is a success. Join us as we navigate the fascinating world of ro-ro shipping.
slowly, we will see how these lashings are done and what are the requirements. So traffic cones shall be laid to indicate safe driving route.
क्या आपको पता है इकोनॉमिक टाइम्स
These
के
are the
अनुसार भारत
traffic
सरकार
cones
2030
which you
तक
saw.
रोड पर चलने वाले 30% व्हीकल्स को इलेक्ट्रिक व्हीकल्स में कन्वर्ट करना चाहता है.
Evolution and diversity
Then you
of
see
ro-ro transport
in the
ships.
starting only
The
we
first
saw
means
the
of
traffic
maritime
cones.
transport dates all the way back to 3500 BC. Marvels of engineering, but are also the lifeblood of international trade. As we explore a ro-ro ship, we'll dive deep into these ships' daily life and operations, offering a first-hand glimpse of the sailors' unique challenges. From the intricate dance of loading and unloading vehicles.
See, these are the, you can see here the red colors, these traffic cones in from where this is for that in between the direction this vehicle will pass, or wherever to give the direction which side to pass, which side to block. You can use with these red, white traffic cones to mark the safe driving route. Other passages shall be blocked using highlight tape, and if a passage has to be blocked, you can block it with tapes. We will see that between two pillars you can put 2, 3 tapes and block it so nobody goes there by mistake also. Previously loaded cargo shall be marked by highlight tape or label to prevent inadvertent unlashing or discharge. For every cargo there should be some marking so that you can identify it is from this port or it is from that port. It has to be lashed, or is it from this port, is it lashed now, or lashing has to be removed. So the clear marking should be there so that the person whoever is removing the lashing or doing the lashing is not confused. For every port there should be a proper different marking. Then stowage marshal shall be positioned just prior to loading or discharging of vehicles, and who will usher vehicles into designated lane space where they will be promptly secured by the lashing gang. So this is like a traffic manager or traffic police. So he will guide all the vehicles which side to go, which lane to go, which deck to go. Is it as per the stowage plan? Is that vessel is authentic and properly uh, good condition? All those things. Duty officer and this in charge, shore in charge, the lane manager has to take care, which are called stowage marshals. Then the personnel deployed on the car deck shall don proper PPE and high visibility jackets. So because there is not too illumined light, and sometimes it can be little dark, and for people might or the cars might not see you, so you have to wear high visibility jackets and proper PPE. Then a responsible officer shall check that the vehicles are adequately secured for the voyage. Securing is, as I told you, the most important and challenging thing here. But once it is secured, then it is somewhat safe. Anyway, the responsibility is on the shipper or receiver, because that's the way it is high and heavy cargo being loaded on the massive cargo deck of a LCDs. Like for the ship, we have the carrier is not responsible. Same way on the shore, the advantage of most ro-ro cargo ship is that it is not totally dependent on infrastructure at ports. It is possible to load and discharge without large harbor equipment as much of the cargo may be rolled on and rolled off. However, for NCC, it is necessary to use roll trailers or jack-up trailers to store the cargo on. These trailers are stored and pushed into position by dedicated terminal tractors. So, what equipments will be used for the Ro-Ro cargo ship? So, you can see these. This is how they are stored, and then there will be some dunnaging or lashing like that. Jack-up trailer, roll trailer, Ro-Ro terminal equipment, a terminal tractor pulling a roll trailer. Regulations, codes, circulars, and guidance on carriage of cargo on Ro-Ro ships. Elements to be taken into account when considering the safe storage and steering of cargo units and vehicles in ships. Guidelines for securing arrangement for the transport of road vehicles on Ro-Ro ships. These are the reference books and regulations, load line publications. Then, whatever cargo study is left, and we are asking about cargo. Cargo units shall be stored in a safe. Whatever cargo we are getting, this mostly container is quite easy. So, but whatever we are loading here, everything has to be properly stored, segregated as per their codes, and then lashed, secured to prevent tipping and sliding, basically skidding of these vehicles, paying due to regard to the forces of acceleration to which cargo meets is. You don't know you will get it or not. Ships shall be provided with fixed cargo securing arrangements and be within suitable securing gear. So sometimes there is fixed cargo securing gear is already attached to the decks or bulkhead, and you just take it out and lash the cars or take it in hand before also. That also can be done. So this is, see, the lashing is aft side and forward side, and this is an adjustable ramp which can go up and down. So this is an adjustable deck with cars. You see now, and you see these red zebra marks are there everywhere, and these stanchions or to mark the way, which side way you have to go. So you see, these are so many lashing holes everywhere where we secure these belts, lashing belts. So you're getting a very good idea here, and you to start do all the practicals, 360-degree and others, then you'll get much better idea. That is safe, no smoking. No smoking. So all the marks should be there so that there is no spark. And you see how these ramps are readjustable, extendable, accelerable. And then you see on the ramp it is written what are the main safe working load of the ramp. So you can see since vehicles are on other decks and which is covered, the ventilation will be an issue. So these are ducts for doing ventilation. Then these are normal ballast tank vents. This is number three. Then pathways marked with paint, yellow, and green, normal embarkation ladder, etc. Life raft, library, life buoy. Stairway entry door. So, yeah, basically you have a way to go to cargo space. Okay, so we'll continue this. So, the ship shall carry and ensure that the cargo securing manual stored in accordance with the cargo securing manual. The cargo securing manual The cargo securing manual shall provide information regarding the technical properties and practical operation of various items of securing equipment on board. The minimum strength of securing points on road vehicles shall be the ship shall carry and ensure that the cargo is stored in accordance with the cargo securing manual. Cargo securing manual should provide information regarding and the cargo securing provide information regarding the technical properties, practical operation of various items of securing equipment on board. So you can see it has to be properly lashed and secured as per this cargo securing manual. The minimum number and minimum strength of securing points on road vehicles shall be as per the table provided below. Stowage, securing, and care of cargoes on railroad vehicles. 3.5 tons less than equal to 20 tons. So these are gross vehicle mass of different vessels and how many securing points you need to have for each vehicle. Road vehicles between 3.5 to 20 tons should have two securing points and maximum we have C. So as per that, this formula you put and then you can get the strength of securing point or like that. So if you talk about storage, securing care of cargo on ro-ro vessels, so how do you you put your car in your garage or in a truck to transport? Same way here, you put it on the ship. So obviously the main threat is your weather and rolling, pitching, all this. So you have to secure it properly. For each securing point here, we have to make details. So each securing point should be marked in a clearly visible color. So there should be a separate mark, not same like the hull color. Securing points should be capable of transferring the Securing points should be capable of transferring the forces from the lashing to the chassis of the vehicle and should not be fitted to axle and bumpers. So you have to make sure that the lashing is done properly from the chassis and the axle and bumper are safe. So that's personal for everyone. And then securing points on vehicles shall be so located as to ensure effective resistance of the vehicle by the lashings. Ship shall Ship staff shall make positive checks to ensure that the parking brakes of each vehicle or each element of a combination of vehicles are applied and locked. Wheels should be choked, especially on inclined decks, to provide additional security in adverse conditions. Lashing should consist of chain or any other device made of steel or other materials with equivalent strength. So you should have proper strength of the lashing. Then storage, securing and care of cargoes on. So how do you secure? How do you store them? How do you You have started. Uh, this is called minimum securing load. So it should be marked in the equipment, and then you can know that it is tested up to much more than this. And maximum or the lashing's length is mostly 100 kilonewton. Lashing shall be attached to a securing point with hooks or other devices and only should only be attached to the securing points. So of course it should be like properly lashed. There are securing points. I show you so many securing points. You do the lashing in them because they know that car carriers they do a lot of securing. Then one lashing should be attached to one lid. One lashing should be attached to any one uh, aperture of the securing point on the vehicle. Then the lashing shall be so designed and attached that it is possible to tighten them, and if they become slack during the voyage, the lashing shall be examined and tightened as necessary. The lashing should be attached to the securing points on the vehicle in such a way that the angle between the lashing and the horizontal and vertical planes lie preferably between 30 and 60 degrees. So this angle for the you see the lashing between 30, 45 or 60. So you can see two lashings front, two lashing out, and then the rest lashing depends. And that the angle between the lashing is 30, 60 degree. Then quite good pictures, storage, securing and care. Where what about the storage where there is a reason to suspect that the cargo within any unit is packed or stored in an unsatisfactory way, or that the vehicle is in a bad state of repair, or where the unit itself cannot be safely stored and secured on the ship and therefore may be a source of uh, danger to the ship and crew. Such unit or vehicle should not be accepted for shipment. So these are the different types of lashing: extension handle, steel wire, lashing belt, some automatic twist locks, webbing sling, wire clips, ratchets, tie down, extension handle, steel wire, What makes Ro-Ro ships vulnerable? So, because it doesn't has very long hull and bulkheads. Unlike other vessels, Ro-Ro ships need undivided longitudinal space to roll on and roll off cargo. Obviously, lack adequate subdivisions due to the absence of transverse bulkheads. So there are proper subdivisions in each hold, which are called watertight doors, and very important, whoever is good, you can try to make a what proper uh, explanation. Then lack of bulkhead also leads to you have lack of bulkhead in the ro ships. It's very high bulkhead, not properly dividing. Then lack of bulkhead also leads to the rapid environment, rapid spreading of fires, as no subdivision are present to contain the fire should one occur in the cargo space. So you should have the remedy for fires on. If it is a small, you can just put extinguisher, and otherwise you have to make sure you deal with it basically. What makes Roro ships vulnerable? Yes. So proper cargo storage and securing very critical on a Roro ship. For any loose cargo, trailer cars, etc., can give rise to a chain reaction leading to heavy shift in cargo position. Trucks and trailers loaded on board also carry cargo inside them. Okay, so there are so many trucks and trailers which are loading on the this, and they have so many cargo in itself. So many times people crew they try to take things or do, but mostly it is locked depending on new old what items are there. So you have to make sure that you don't have anything, and any shift of that cargo can result in listing of the ship, leading to probable hull damage and eventual grounding or even capsizing. The shipments on a Ro-Ro vessel are normally scheduled where the majority of itineraries are predetermined and regulated by contract. So this may be put. So there are so many shipments, so many vehicles coming in, going out, and so many itineraries, so many ports in and out. So it's quite hectic, but it has to be managed very properly. This may put added pressure to it. And then uh, if there is a lot of pressure on the master to sail, even when the cargo is not fully secured, then the responsibility still is of the master. So he has to make sure, otherwise the ship can start getting capsized like this. Okay. What makes Roro ships vulnerable? Yes. First thing is the freeboard. Because of freeboard, vulnerability is weak because it has a very big effect of wind, because very high decks and structures. So that you have to keep in mind while making. In the event of listing, the whole the access door has been found to close the waterline. In the event of listing, the door can get submerged, and if it gets damped, it can lead to the ingress of water inside the ship, and which may eventually result in the ship heeling over and capsizing. The modern Ro-Ro vessel, particularly the PCCs and LCTCs, in contrast, have unusually high freeboards, and while they are less vulnerable in this regard, are So these people are uh, susceptible to beam winds and therefore experience to great difficulty in turning in such conditions. So you see there are so many vehicles. They have like high front area and they uh, checked. So they are less vulnerable because uh, and susceptible to beam wind. So there are very high freeboards and then there are lot of beam winds. So it's very difficult to control the vessel, especially in high rolling and all. So as they said, it has to have be uh, rolling for this what do you call it? PCCs, pure car carriers, and LCTCs. So the high freeboards, whatever their cars have to be properly launched and checked. So just this is the last what we're going to do today. What makes ownership vulnerable? So vulnerable means what situations can harm or damage something in the ownership. So whatever is there in the port, you have to mark the cones, proper entry and exit of the terminal. And then one weak point of a Ro-Ro vessel is that sometimes the cargo door isn't itself is used as a ramp, which makes the sevens even more ship even more vulnerable to damages. So if you are using cargo door as a ramp, that means you don't have any money and there is a lot of cheap things going on, not standard. So that will cause you harm in the long term. Let's see this.
To the dedicated crew that ensures that each voyage is a success. Join us as we navigate the fascinating world of Ro-Ro shipping. Evolution and diversity of Ro-Ro transport ships. The first means of maritime transport dates all the way back to 3500 BC. Since then, the maritime landscape has witnessed numerous innovations, few of which have transformed it the way a Ro-Ro transport ship has. Tracing its origins back to the 1960s, the inception of Ro-Ro transport was a response to the rising demand for efficient motor vehicle transfer. Traditional methods, which relied on cranes for loading and unloading vehicles, were becoming increasingly unreliable. They were not only time-consuming and costly, but also fraught with safety concerns. Enter the Ro-Ro vessel, a game-changer in the truest sense. These ships, with their expansive doors, vast deck areas, and specially designed floating bridges, allowed vehicles to be driven directly onto and off of the vessel. This innovation streamlined the entire transportation process, offering a solution that was faster, more economical, and significantly safer. The primary advantage of Ro-Ro ships lies in their ability to simplify what was once a complex logistical challenge. But the world of Ro-Ro ships is as diverse as it is innovative. These vessels are not all the same. They are tailored to cater to many different transportation needs. For instance, there are the large car and truck carriers, LCTC, designed primarily for transporting a wide range of vehicles. These ships can accommodate everything from compact cars to towering trucks, ensuring they reach their destinations safely and efficiently. There are also other variations, like the Conro.
So Conro container and Ro-Ro vehicles. Like inside you have Ro-Ro vehicles and on the deck you have containers. So different ships, different types of ships as per the cargo construction. Lot of ships are made, but we will follow. But Tejas cell will help decide whether it is follow and how much it is followed, all the plans, requirements, etc.
A hybrid that combines features of a container ship and a Ro-Ro ship. The lower decks of a Conro are reserved for vehicles, while the upper decks are designed for stacking containers. In addition, there are Ro-Ro ships specifically equipped to handle heavy equipment and break bulk cargo. These giants are even more impressive boasting ramps with enormous weight capacities and spacious decks designed to accommodate equipment of significant height and width. They are vessels of choice for transporting heavy-duty items like construction materials, mining machinery, and agricultural equipment. And then, bridging the gap between cargo and passenger transport are the classic ro-ro ferries. These vessels are crafted to carry both passengers and vehicles, often operating on shorter scheduled routes. They are a lifeline for many regions, especially coastal areas and archipelagos, facilitating the seamless movement of people and goods. From its inception to its modern-day iterations,
So you see here how big is the entry and
facilitating the seamless movement of people and goods. From its inception to its modern-day,
see some people are bringing lively and so there's as much illumination as possible and the marking is there. There will be some guide also here who will guide these vehicles.
iterations, ro-ro ships have continually adapted, reflecting the ever-changing demands of global trade and transportation.
99 rupees. A lot of people today.
Okay. So nowadays, video cameras, speakers. And rammed over the pavement. The mushrooms. Provision train, one train arrived towards okay. So any questions? We'll finish and pause here for today and continue tomorrow. Any questions? Om Purnamada Purnamidam Purnat Purnamudachyate Purnasya Purnamadaya Purnameva